Welcome to Mental Models Daily, where we explore one mental model each day to help you elevate your daily decision-making. Today, we're diving into a fundamental concept in probability theory that can help you make more informed decisions. Conditional probability. Conditional probability is a mental model that helps us update our beliefs based on new information. It's a way of thinking about how the probability of an event changes when we know something about the circumstances surrounding that event. Imagine you're trying to predict the weather, but instead of starting from scratch, you know it's already cloudy. That's conditional probability in action. You're updating your prediction based on new information. The concept of conditional probability was first introduced by the French mathematician Pierre-Simon Laplace in the 18th century. Since then, it has become a cornerstone of probability theory and has been applied in fields such as economics, engineering, and computer science. In essence, conditional probability is about answering questions like, what's the probability of A happening, given that B has already happened? Or how does the probability of A change if we know that B is true? This mental model is essential in situations where we need to make decisions based on incomplete information or when we're trying to predict the outcome of an event. Let's consider an example. Imagine you're trying to decide whether to invest in a new startup. You know that 1 in 10 startups succeed, but you also know that this particular startup has a strong team and a solid business plan. Using conditional probability, you can update the probability of success based on this new information. Maybe the probability of success is now 3 in 10, or even higher. This updated probability helps you make a more informed decision about whether to invest. In medicine, conditional probability is commonly used in medical testing to assess the accuracy of diagnostic tests. For instance, consider a medical test for a rare disease that correctly identifies 95% of patients who have the disease and produces a false positive rate of 3% in healthy individuals. If a randomly selected person tests positive for the disease, what is the probability that they actually have it? This question involves calculating the conditional probability of having the disease given a positive test result, taking into account the sensitivity and specificity of the test. So, how can we apply conditional probability in our daily lives? Firstly, it encourages us to think more critically about the information we have and how it affects our beliefs. When we're faced with a decision, we should ask ourselves what new information we can gather to update our probability of success. Secondly, conditional probability helps us avoid the base rate fallacy, which is the tendency to ignore the overall probability of an event and focus only on the specific circumstances. By taking into account the base rate and updating our probability based on new information, we can make more informed decisions. Lastly, awareness of conditional probability can make us more nuanced thinkers, able to navigate complex situations with multiple variables. It's like having a mental calculator that helps us update our probabilities in real time. In conclusion, conditional probability is a powerful mental model that helps us make more informed decisions by updating our beliefs based on new information. By understanding this concept, we can become better decision makers, more critical thinkers, and more effective problem solvers. In a world filled with uncertainty, the ability to update our probabilities and make informed decisions is more valuable than ever. Thank you for joining me today on Mental Models Daily. I hope this exploration of conditional probability has given you a new lens through which to view the world of probability and decision making. Until next time, may your probabilities be well conditioned and your decisions well informed. For more mental models, please visit mentalmodelsdaily.com or find us on X or Instagram. Our podcast music was provided by thepodcasthost.com and Elite2, the podcast maker. Find your own free podcast music over at thepodcasthost.com. free music.